Hello and welcome back to Meerkat Chris. HD remasters are a popular thing nowadays. We get a lot of games that even came out just a few years ago, releasing again on the current gen consoles with a bit of a shiny makeover, to say the least. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of us want them, and others were just like, really? That's getting a remaster? Yeah, I thought I'd do my top 5 wishlist PS4 remaster games. Basically some games that I would like to see on the PS4 remastered from the PS2, PS3 era in particular. Let's get started. First up, we have Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. I don't know why I'm talking like this. This was a brilliant game if you ever got a chance to play it. We don't really get many of the Tony Hawk releases these days. I mean, there was one recently released, but we don't talk about that one. I could probably easily have picked any of the early 2000 Tony Hawk games, but I settled on American Wasteland because this was always my personal favourite of the series. It just had this really upbeat and fun style to it that didn't seem to be present in the other games in comparison. They still had the light-hearted humour and like parody-esque style going on, but this one kind of took it up a notch and I really like what they did with it. It had a great sense of open worldness and free roaming, and it wasn't just a boring open world game. It had so many interesting and compelling AI characters in the game to interact with. It had fun challenges with great controls and insanely addictive combos. And on top of this, it also had some really fun local split screen mode that could easily be updated in a remaster with an online version, you know, to play with your friends and such and just see who can outdo each other in terms of combos. You know, you got to do all the grinding or what, I can't remember. Ollie... I haven't played them in a while, right? and I wasn't a skater in real life. Yeah, this is one of the things these games did really well. They made you feel like you wanted to be a skater, and then you actually got out into the real world, and yeah, you couldn't skate. You know, at least you could live out those dreams in the games, I guess. Yeah, we also had custom map creators, as with most of the Tony Hawk games at the time, and some character creation stuff going on, which was really cool. It helped personalize the game. Yeah, and on top of this, it also had a really fun and rewarding campaign, so yeah, I'd like to see this done again, with some nice trophies and in HD. You know, so yeah. Next up, Battlefield Bad Company 2. Yeah, I know Battlefield's still going strong and releasing new games every now and then, but this one is my personal favourite. It was my first Battlefield game back when it came out, and I wasn't a huge fan of the campaign and the characters in the campaign, but I mean, they are a fan favourite still to this day, so for some people that would be enough to buy a remaster of this for. But where this game really shined for me was in the online multiplayer. More so than most online games I've ever played. I was so addicted to the rush mode on this map. This map is all this game means to me. This one map sums up the entirety of Battlefield for me. It has everything you want in a Battlefield game there. It's probably one of my favourite online multiplayer maps of all time. I still load up Battlefield Bad Company 2 whenever I feel in the mood to play that map. It's that good. The game's already nice looking as it is, but it would really benefit from the new Frostbite engine and really add some crisper, more realistic graphics to it. I arguably think this has the best environmental destruction amongst the entire game series. I think this one did it better than any of them, and this was what, 2009, 10? I think it was 2010. 2010, and the games released after this, such as Battlefield 3, 4, Hardline, and Battlefield 1, toned down on the environmental destruction. This is what separated the games for me from other typical first-person shooters, along with some other stuff, but this was a big deal to me. Because you could literally bring down entire buildings with just a few rockets or something, or placing C4 in specific parts of a building, watching it detonate, and then, the entire building crumbles to the ground with the enemy inside or whatever. It's amazing moments, those sort of things. But it was pretty much anything, like just cover would just erupt away from gunfire or explosions, and you'd be left out in the open, and it created this aspect where you would never be safe. So if you were a typical, like, sniper, like, hiding in a bell tower or something, that could blow up, and then you're on the ground level with everybody else out in the open. It's amazing. I don't think there is a bell tower in the game. I don't know why I said that. And not only this, but it had the most fun bullet drop mechanic in the entire series to me. When you were shooting a sniper, you would have to aim open and take into consideration the distance between you and the enemy player across the map, and you'd have to like, maybe should I take the shot? Should I take the shot? Pull the trigger and watch it like hit someone from like half a mile away. It's amazing when you get stuff like that. It's so rewarding. Though, DICE, if you're gonna do this, add in a prone option. Please. Anyway, number 3, we have one of the most underlooked games I've ever come across, and it was back in the PlayStation 2 days, Freedom Fighters. I'd say I think I've only ever come across 1, maybe 2 people in real life that have even heard of this game. It's a third-person game with some really solid squad-based mechanics. It has a great story. I think it's about Russia and if Russia conquered over World War II or something. Yeah, I think it's something like that. I haven't played it in a while, but it's basically a super compelling campaign which sees you slowly grow as a small army and as a strong leader. And your name's Chris as well, so there's also that, I guess. This is another game that also had some really good, solid local multiplayer aspects as well. It was kind of unique in a way. It played in ways a lot similar to RTS games, real-time strategy, but in third person, and you'd basically have to like try and win over all the capture points. It was a good little multiplayer mode. Yeah, I don't want to go on too long about it, but that's an amazing game. Check that out if you haven't. Next up, we have second to last, Grand Theft Auto 4. Bit of an odd choice, because I'm pretty sure most people will have played this, but nowadays everybody's playing GTA 5, or more specifically, GTA Online. But more and more recently, I've felt like returning back to Grand Theft Auto 4. It just has this much grimmer and more realistic appeal than GTA 5 and a lot of the other GTAs in general as well. GTA typically goes for the more over-the-top parody style. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, some things could be tweaked here and there, such as the car mechanics. Don't make them feel like boats, okay? They felt like boats. But then again, I think they were going for the more realistic approach and having it with a bit more variety to the car controls and how it operates, and it's much more difficult to control if you're going at like high speeds or something, even some slow speeds with specific cars. It's weird. I actually think this game does quite a few small things that are considerably better than in GTA 5, such as greater car damage that feels a bit more realistic, and it's a bit more fun to drive a car off a ledge of a building or something and have it like dent the entire left half of your car, and then you have to drive along with that or something. There's much more fun interactions with the NPC characters, some extra character controls such as being able to pick up litter and throw it, or pick up a brick and throw it through a window, and there's a slightly more in-depth police system in this, especially when you're just getting started out in the star ratings. For example, if you're on a 1-star level, the police won't just shoot you down dead like they do in GTA 5 for nothing. They will try to calm you down and arrest you peacefully. Again, unlike GTA 5 where they're just like, yeah, job done. Yeah, I don't know. GTA 4 also had an online multiplayer aspect, and it had some of my favourite game modes in the entire franchise that aren't even present in GTA 5 Online, such as Cops and Crooks. I think that's what it was called. I actually know a few people in real life who haven't even touched GTA 4. In fact, I've noticed a lot of people don't even tend to want to even go back to the old generations. Even the PS3 and Xbox 360, they just refuse to touch them. I don't know. They act like they're not missing out on anything, but they are, because there are some genuinely great games on there that haven't been ported over to PS4, for example, such as GTA 4. And I know you can get a lot of the gameplay mechanics out of GTA 5 and a lot of the same fun out of it, but, you know, there's still some stuff there that's pretty cool. Anyway, and last but not least, we have our number 1 pick, and that is Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. I'm actually intrigued of how many of you have heard or played this game, because I used to love this game so much when I was a kid. It's another underlooked PS2 game. It's basically a typical theme park game where you build up your own theme park from scratch, and you have to deal with budget issues and all that, and maintain the park, I guess, if you want. But with Jurassic Park dinosaurs. Seriously, this game is so much fun. You could totally do this your own way. You can decide on which dinosaurs you want to have in your park or not have in your park. You could decide on what exactly you want to have in your park, such as attractions or rides or dinosaurs, which would be the main attraction, I guess, considering it would be called Jurassic Park, you know, I guess. You could have both carnivores and herbivores in the game, or one or the other, you know. And I mean, this game already sounds great and everything, and it is already great and everything, but where things get especially fun is when you take away the park entrance or exit when you've already had a ton of visitors arrive to your Jurassic Park, and then take away your park's security fences that are supposed to protect these innocent people from the dinosaurs, or should I say more specifically carnivores, such as a T-Rex. Oh, you just sit back and watch the fun. It's that good. And believe me, it's everything you want it to be. It really is. And I thought I'd give an honourable mention to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Honourable mention being in the fact that I think it's safe to say we're going to be getting a remaster of this already because they did do Modern Warfare the other year. I wouldn't be surprised, and I really hope they do because it's my favourite Call of Duty, and I've been going back to it the past few days, and this brings about a good point as to why some of these games should have remasters, especially with the ones that are online, because so many of these games don't get the support they need anymore, and games like Modern Warfare 2, it's just full of modders, you know, modders and hackers and kids, you know, because these consoles are infected with kids. So yeah, so that is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed the video. Why not leave a like and subscribe? Because, you know, we're a small channel and it does really help out and all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Yes. Goodbye. Why did I just do that? Ow, that killed.